Hi, and welcome to the May edition of Chamber Chat. I'm Ryan Kingsell, and today we're going to be joined by several guests in the community, wonderful business owners and managers. And here with me now is Judith, manager of Costume Kreations. Judith,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So tell me, how did you get involved with costumes and with Costume Kreations?
It's something that normally happens. It naturally happened for me. I came from a large family, and my children then also liked to play with costumes and dress up for Halloween. And then we started making our own costumes and doing Renaissance fairs, and then you had to make more. So, and then we ran into some friends that had always wanted to have a costume shop, and they had just purchased a large inventory. And after some discussion and showing me the little shop I was in, and it's been that way ever since. I mean, we've been in the shop now 4 years.
4 years. So have you been involved for all those
For
since
those,
the beginning?
Pretty much, yes, pretty much.
Okay.
We inventoried, we've got more than 2,000 costumes and bits of props and paraphernalia that goes with all that. Yes.
Fantastic. So do you do a lot of work with high schools or Renaissance fairs? Tell us a little bit about some of the bigger projects you guys help with.
Well, we helped with Pirates of Penzance 2 years ago at WU with the music department. And we have worked with Taft High School with their Arabian Nights. I think that's what it was. And then people come in for murder mysteries, or we just finished a Dickens Christmas Carol Christmas party here in Monmouth and Independence. It was a group that got together. And what else have we done? Oh, the people who do Renaissance fairs hit us pretty hard just before all the fairs happen. So that's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of medieval and Renaissance clothing.
Fantastic. And so these are costumes that anyone could take advantage of, come to your store and rent
Yes.
for a time? Okay.
Yes, lots of different sizes.
Okay. What do you think is the most interesting? What is your favorite costumes that you have? Is there something that's just really out there or really unique that you guys have?
I love the spaceman with the big epaulets that stick out,
Okay.
and the astronaut. But again, all the Renaissance stuff, and the kings and queens, and then the vintage is. I'd like to put the leather jacket on and head out there. But the wigs can transform you, totally transform you. So.
Fantastic. And when are you guys open? When are your hours?
Right now, during the summer, the spring and summer, we're open on Tuesdays from noon to 5. But when we get closer to Halloween, September, October, it's more like almost every day of the week.
Right.
It gets pretty crazy.
Fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about Monmouth Independence and your kind of involvement with the community. Have you always lived in this area?
No, I moved here from Kaiser about 15 years ago and moved to Monmouth and loved it, the quietness, and had a park behind me. And then a couple years ago, I moved to Independence, and I have another park behind me, so it's perfect. I like that it's a community where you can take your dog and go for a walk.
Absolutely.
It's a great walking place.
In the last 2 days, you've actually been able to enjoy the sun.
Absolutely.
So it's been nice.
Yeah.
Well, great. So you've lived in both Monmouth and Independence.
Yes.
And so you're familiar with a lot of the festivals, Western Days, the car show, different things that we have throughout the year. What?
Fireworks.
Yes. Yep. My favorite. What is one of your favorite events of the year? What's something you always look forward to?
I look forward to the Independence Day Parade. I usually invite a bunch of friends. We have a special spot where we all get together and we bring our squirt guns and we shoot back water at folks who have their super soakers up there on the floats. And then we hit all the little craft, everything that happens there. One of the other things I like is the Saturday market. And go down there and get all my vegetables and bread and things like that.
And all the different crafts and everything that they have.
Absolutely.
Certainly that's one of the things I'm excited for as we move closer to the summer and Independence, all of the summer events, the music festivals and the movies in the park and all of that.
The movies, yes.
What are you excited for this summer in Independence with all of the things going on?
Well, I like the movies. I like going for the free movies and the concerts. But one of the things I'm planning to do is to get all of my garden plants from the Saturday market. I don't want to get something from one of the big box stores that's been used, that'll hurt the bees. So
Absolutely.
I want to keep things going in the
Absolutely.
garden. And we live really close to Inspiration Gardens, so that's a nice place to head off and go.
Right. Well, that's a great segue because one of the things we like to say in the chamber is, shop local, right? Consider these small
Exactly.
businesses.
Exactly.
And so you've been a chamber member for a few years now.
Couple of years.
What value have you seen in the chamber, or what do you think the chamber is going to kind of help you and your business?
It helps me stay in contact with other business people, and then I know which events are coming up and I can get ready for them, like Discover My Town.
Right.
That's coming up
Yes, it
soon,
is.
and I just got signed up for that, and I'm excited. Last year it was so much fun. People coming all the way up the stairs, and the look on their faces when they walk on the door, their jaws just drop, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this place existed. So it's kind of like Disneyland for adults.
Right. Well, and
Yeah.
for those who may not know, so Discover My Town, Saturday, May 20th.
Yes.
From 3 to 7, and it's an event where we invite the community to come and really tour businesses that they may
Yes.
not normally go into, and we entice them normally with some gifts and perhaps some wine and food. So did you find that you really saw a lot of customers, a lot of new faces that you'd just not seen before?
Quite a few. And then a lot of those people came back. In fact, we made a few rentals on that weekend. Somebody decided, oh, we could really use this for this birthday party or whatever. So it was pretty exciting to see them come back up.
And it really helped to get your
Yes.
message out there.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
We give them cookies too when you come upstairs.
So visit Costume Creations, Discover
Yes.
My Town, cookies, and more. It
And
sounds
more.
like
Yes.
fantastic. So with that, are you groups? If people were holding an event and wanted to get in touch with you, would that be something they could do to kind of talk about group rentals or costumes for
Yes.
bigger events?
If you're a nonprofit, you get a really nice discount. So I need the 501c3 number. And let's see, you can find me on the chamber. And we also have a website. We have a Facebook page. And the phone number's on there.
Perfect.
So it's Costume Creations. And if you're not sure if you've got the right Costume Creations, find the one that's got the little Yoda because Yoda is right by our front door.
Okay.
Inside the window there.
Perfect.
So it's easy to find.
We will do that. Well, Judith, I only have one more question for you, and it's something we like to save to the end so people don't run away. Do you have any interesting hobbies or things that you like to do in your free time?
Well, I've been sewing since I was 10, and I learned how to knit. So sometimes when I'm up in the shop, I work on my lace knitting, and that's one of the things I do. I knit lace shawls and give them to different groups for auctions.
Very nice.
So
Okay.
I try to keep it local.
And I'm sure that comes in handy with all the costumes. You can.
It does,
operations
yes,
and different
I've made-
things like that.
Yeah, I've made several things like cowls and things that look like the Outlander and stuff like that.
Perfect. Well, I invite everyone to definitely come visit Judith Tuesdays at Costume Creations. Check out her amazing supply and find something interesting to take home.
Right.
So perfect. Well, Judith, thank you so much for joining
you.
me.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. Hi, and welcome back to Chamber Chat. I am here with Mona K-Hinds of CSC. Mona, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do.
So it's called Community Services Consortium, and I'm training everybody to just to say CSC. It's easier. So a lot of people know what Halo did formally in the community. So what we do are somebody who lives in the community that's age 16 to 24, and oftentimes they've dropped out of school or a little bit frustrated, and we help them get their education. It can be GED, it could be college, or we help them find a job.
Fantastic.
I know.
So have you had a lot of success with that? I know personally that you have, so tell us a little bit about what you guys have been up to.
So I have just been in the Community Services Consortium for about 8-9 months, but the organization itself has been extremely successful for about 40 years, but we're here in Polk County in Monmouth Independence, and we've had great success. And you already know you have one of our participants learning how to do a job, and so they get placed in great places like the Chamber of Commerce and learn how to do that. At the same time, that particular participant, she just yesterday finished her diploma. So it's really exciting.
Which is absolutely fantastic. No, and that's a great resource that you offer not only to the community, but to local businesses.
Yes.
Not all small businesses can afford having
No.
extra help, but often you need it. And so
Yes.
you're able to partner them with people who could use experience, and it helps both parties. Sounds like a
Yes.
win-win.
A
to me.
win-win.
It certainly has been for the chamber
Win-win.
anyway.
I know
So-
what you mean or whatever, because I was a business owner, now it's a long time ago, probably even before you were born, Ryan. But at that point, a small business, it's hard to afford that. And we help pay for all of that person to come and get the experience and work for you. So,
Absolutely.
yes.
So what qualifications would a business need? If I had a small business and really could use some extra help, reaching out to you would be a good start?
Reaching out to us would be a great start. We would check out kind of what you're looking for. We'd match you up with then somebody, our participant, that had the same interest and that they've already been interviewed and they've done some classes to make sure that they're coming in prepared. And then it's a teaching situation on both sides. So.
Fantastic. Well, where would they go to find more information about you guys?
So then the best way or whatever is to give us a call and or email me is really the two best ways, or you can just come straight into, we're located in what was Henry Hill, the school district building, and we're in there in room number 10.
Perfect. Well, I encourage people to certainly go and look you up. So you have been involved in a lot of other exciting projects around town, something that I've personally been really excited about, the Mobile Maker.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So we were very blessed to be chosen as the only organization school in all of Oregon by Oregon State to come and present what's called their Mobile Maker Space. And that'd be like, what's a Mobile Maker Space? So it's mobile and it brings technology. So things that are in there are like 3D printers, engraving, screen printing, and then the other portion of that, Oregon State staff and students come and teach every one of our participants how to start their own business. And it could be like maybe they want to learn how to screen print t-shirts. But whatever we design, our one commitment is it has to be something that the community wants or needs. And they're in that process for the next 9 weeks. And it's just been an amazing transformation. And then, of course, we're going to have it open one more time for the community to come tour this Mobile Maker Space and see 3D technology and all of the things we're talking about in person.
Which is fantastic. So it's exciting that not only you have this technology available to use, but that you actually allow your students to manipulate it, play with it, and then go, how can I move on from this? How can I use this in my life?
Exactly.
Because all of these technologies are new and emerging, it seems like. 3D printing is still pretty groundbreaking.
It is.
Screen printing's been around, but there are new innovations and different things they can do with it. So that's absolutely fantastic. So I've heard that the public, you said, can tour this. The last time was?
So we made our grand entrance at the Talmadge Middle Fair. That was in April, and then there's only one more time that the public can actually tour.
Which will be during Discover My Town.
It will be.
Shameless plug for that event.
No, it's not shameless. I'm so excited about this event.
No, me too. So May 20th,
Yes.
you're going to open it up one last time to the general public. What can
Yes.
they expect if they come and visit your location?
So we have partnered then with the Independence Library that's doing technology. So on that day, I know most events start about 3, but we're going to start early because it's a kid-friendly event. So starting at 11 o'clock on May 20th, inside the library are going to be technology things like little, pens and things like that for kids to play with. And then outside, right in the parking lot, the Mobile Maker will be open, and the 3D printer will be printing the whole time, and the engraver will be going, and we'll be printing things and showing people just what this is. And I didn't even know what a 3D printer honestly looked like, and so we are printing all the time the ideas that the students have. So
Right, and so they can go in and kind of take a look for
they can
themselves.
see it printing. Yep.
That's fantastic. And you mentioned pens, and I want to bring this up. Are
Yes.
these the 3D printing pens?
Yes.
They're right vertically in the air. Okay.
Yes, and so with that, or whatever, the Independence Library got a grant also, so we're partnering that those are going to be there that day and on display, and for everybody to kind of touch and feel and learn a little bit more.
Fantastic. Well, Mona, you've certainly been a part of the community for a couple of years. Tell us about what originally brought you to Monmouth and Independence.
What originally brought me, I was a student at what was called Oregon College of Education. So most of us know that was one of the many names of this great university here. And so I was a student, and then I worked on staff on and off for over 35 years. And then one of the most interesting things that I ever did in that whole journey in the last few years. I was the first woman president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Monmouth Independence. So,
Absolutely.
And then, of course, my husband and I have been here for a long time, and we have 2 children that have graduated locally. So it's been an amazing journey here in Monmouth Independence.
So your heart's definitely in the community, it
It
seems.
definitely is.
So I have to ask you this question, as a previous president of the Chamber, what do you think the value of the Chamber is to both your organization and just to the community at large? What do you see as the benefit?
Well, so a long time ago, we did a lot of community events. I think that was the biggest one. But Ryan, I have to give you a compliment, and this is not just a plug, that since I met you just a couple of months ago, since then, your chamber membership has gotten me now in ads in the theater, here on Here Today, up on Facebook, up all over, and for the amount of money, it's the best bang for the buck that I've spent in a long time. And for us, we just want to let people know that somebody wants to know, how a young person wants to get a job or a GED, that all of that, they have to go through an application process, but you're helping us advertise that everything that they get after that, we pay for. So it's an amazing service here. So
Certainly
thank
is.
you.
No, absolutely. Well, you're welcome. So with all that you are doing, looking into the future, do you have any big projects coming up this summer or moving forward that you're excited about?
That's actually a great question. So it is my plan now to build the #1 program in the United States in the next 3 to 5 years. But the most current is somebody could actually come and talk to us about applying, because I am going to have, or not I, we are going to have summer crews that are going to be working in this whole Polk County. So there are jobs actually available, and we're going to be doing things in Independence, like getting ready for the eclipse, other events, trail cleaning. We're going to be in Fall City. We're going to be in Monmouth. We're going to be all over. So that'd be the next one. Is of course, GED goes on all the time. Finding a job goes on all the time. But actually, specific summer jobs will probably be the next thing we're really focusing on.
Fantastic. Well, certainly people will contact you for that,
Yep.
and he'll get ready. Well, so just a couple last questions. With being in this community so long, what community events do you really look forward to? I mean, personally, I love the fireworks and Western Days.
Right.
Greatest show I've ever seen. But what is one of your favorites?
You know, I actually like everything. I mean, one of the things that we don't do locally is we don't, like a community member doesn't come, and there's so many things here at Western Oregon University that are going on that people don't know about. There's all events, there's speakers, there's educational things. In Monmouth, you know, I mean, there's not anything I don't love. The parks, the concerts, the free movies. I'd say one of the things that we haven't mentioned or whatever is like things like the Hop Festival that most people don't know about. So there, I have to say, for a small community, there's something for everyone. And my favorite, if you're going to ask me, I still am amazed. One of the first times I saw the 4th of July here, I was like, I didn't know there could be that many people
Right.
on the streets. So,
And-
but there's so many other events, but that's a highlight.
It's for me. It's an awe-inspiring
Yep.
show. Absolutely. Well, in your countless free time,
Yes,
when
lots.
you're not running, exactly. What are some hobbies or something you may like to do to unwind and?
Well, you know, I thought about the people ask that, and I'd say really my hobby is my family. I have an amazing family, and my job, I think, as a parent, is to harass your children. So I'd say that's my biggest hobby. For example, we've started this little thing that whenever they leave and they're saying goodbye because they're not grown up, I still go out and do a little ballet dance for my children as they leave, and the whole neighborhood turns out they're quite embarrassed, and so I do a good job. But my family's my hobby.
Fantastic. It
Yeah.
sounds like a good one, and certainly every priorities in the right
Yeah.
place. So, Mona, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure as always.
Thank you, Ryan.
you.
It's been great.
And be sure to look up CSC and find out what you can do to help support them and the community. And that'll be all for this edition of May's Chamber Chat. As always, if you would like to be on a new episode of Chamber Chat, you can email me at micc-or.org or look us up at www.micc-or.org.